Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature TV News Update. I am Brenda Etta. In the headlines, Soludo dropped. PDP missing as INEC releases names of candidates for Anambra governorship election. House of Representatives pass Electoral Act Amendment Bill after opposition lawmakers walk out. Nigeria's inflation rate declines to 17.75%. And now the details. The Independent National Electoral Commission has released the names of governorship and deputy governorship candidates for the Anambra State governorship election. In the list, the name of the former governor of Central Bank and candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Professor Soludo, and that of his deputy were missing. Instead, they were replaced by Chukwuma Michael Umelji and Orogbu Obiageli Lillian as governorship and deputy governorship candidates. Meanwhile, the names of the candidates of the People's Democratic Party were completely omitted from the lists. While no reason was given for replacing Soludo's name, those of the PDP candidates were dropped as a result of court cases. The House of Representatives has passed the Electoral Amendment Bill moments after opposition lawmakers walked out of the heated session at the National Assembly chambers in Abuja on Friday. Nigeria's lower chamber, by this, has stepped down the controversial Section 52, subsection 3 of the bill, which deals with electronic transmission of election results. The lawmakers had on Thursday failed to reach a consensus over the much-debated clause after the Deputy Speaker, Idris Wase, ruled against the electronic transmission of election results, in spite of a resounding vote in favor of the provision. Subsequently, the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, said the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and NCC would be present on Friday to give further clarifications on the Electoral Act, with a major focus on the controversial provision. The Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, has assured Nigerians that petroleum products will be available during the Salah holidays. Head Public Affairs of the department, Paul Usu, gave the assurance in a statement issued on Friday in Lagos. Meanwhile, the federal government has declared July 20 and 21 as public holidays to mark the celebration. Usu said there would be sufficiency nationwide and advised marketers against hoarding and creating artificial scarcity under any guise. He said the DPR would intensify its monitoring and surveillance of petroleum product outlets to ensure compliance with quality, quantity, integrity, and safety of operations in line with its regulatory mandate. Usu advised consumers to report any infractions, such as under-dispensing of products, to any DPR office nationwide. He also reiterated the DPR's commitment to safety and advised consumers to observe all necessary safety protocols in the handling of the petroleum products. Usu said the regulatory agency would continue to initiate appropriate measures to enhance business and create opportunities for investors and stakeholders in the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. In business, Nigeria's Consumer Price Index, a measurement of the rate of change in prices of goods and services, has declined to 17.75% in June from 17.93% recorded in May 2021. However, it was at a slower rate than it did in the last month. The NBS noted in its report that the country's headline index on a month-on-month basis moved by 1.06% in June 2021. This figure was 0.05 percentage points higher than was recorded in May 2021, pegged at 1.01%. There was also an increase in the urban inflation rate as it jumped by 18.35% year-on-year in June 2021 from May 2021's 18.51%. On the other hand, the rural inflation rate moved by 17.16% in June 2021 from 17.36% in May 2021. The NBS report equally noted that the Composite Food Index increased by 21.83% in June 2021. This is against the 22.28% recorded in May 2021. The implication is that prices of food rose in the month under review, but at a little slower rate than what was recorded in May 2021. Increases in prices of bread, cereals, yam, and others drove the food price index. On the foreign scene, the World Health Organization (WHO) said on Thursday that coronavirus-linked deaths in Africa surged by 43% in the space of a week, driven by a lack of intensive care beds and oxygen. Fatalities associated with COVID-19 in the WHO's Africa region, which includes North Africa, rose to 6,273 in the week of July 5 to 11, compared with 4,384 in the previous week. The agency's regional director, Matshidiso Moeti, told a virtual press conference that the rise was a clear warning sign that hospitals in the most affected countries are reaching breaking point. The WHO said the rise in deaths paralleled a chronic shortage of vaccines, a spread in the more contagious Delta variant, which was now being detected in 21 African countries, along with public fatigue over prevention measures. Africa has officially recorded over 6 million cases of COVID-19, a figure that is far lower than any other continent, but one that experts say is likely to be a big understatement. In sports, some Nigerian athletes due to take part in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Japan this summer have complained they are suffering from sleep disruptions. The athletes lamented that they are struggling to acclimatize to time zone in Japan, which is 8 hours ahead of Nigeria's. In a video clip from Tokyo by Chika Chukwumerije, a member of the Nigeria Taekwondo Federation, the Olympian said it would have been worse if they got to Tokyo late. Ofyong Adam, a table tennis player, said her sleep and training time had been affected due to the new time zone. A total of 61 athletes are representing Nigeria in 9 sports at the Games expected to begin on July 23 and end on August 5. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. Charles Soludo dropped. PDP missing as INEC releases names of candidates for Anambra governorship election. House of Representatives pass Electoral Act Amendment Bill after opposition lawmakers walk out. Nigeria's inflation rate declines to 17.75%. Safety and security begin with you. Be patriotic. Report any suspicious activity to law enforcement agencies. Please stay safe. That's the Signature TV News Update. On behalf of my producer, Marvelous Obomanu, I am Brenda Etta. Thanks for watching.